Live. Hello, everybody. All right, we're live. Can we get a sound check, please? And where's everybody watching from? And yes, it is not nice weather where we are.
It was supposed to be. At least it's not raining. Hello.
It's nice where Mary is. All right, everybody. How we doing? 3 people. My mom is definitely not coming on today because she's here.
In person.
In person. Over there. Mel, how are you? How's our sound, everybody?
That's Melanie.
8 people. Yep.
Hi, Melanie.
Mary says hello. Sound is good. Kayla, hello. Kim, how are you?
The gang's all here.
The gang's all here. So what are we doing today? All right. There she is. How are you feeling there, Mary?
Nice. For those of you who always say, I'm going to drown in this seat, you are not.
Okay.
I am not even 4'10". And
Tell
I'm
it.
sitting comfortably in the out-of-water neck and
You don't have a spot pillow on.
No spot pillow. And I'm sitting in the seat.
Now, I mean, if you were taller, your head would be on the head pad a little more,
Yeah.
the pillow a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
But
It's
yeah, you're
nice
not
to
underwater.
but I'm not
Absolutely.
drowning.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. All right, everybody.
This is really nice.
It is. I love this. I
Yeah.
love the Therapool D.
It's really nice.
So we'll give you a little tour. So we're going to play with the pumps, and you guys know, yeah, the water's pretty perfect. So it's been filled since, what's today? Wednesday. So today's Wednesday. We filled it. Was it a week ago?
I was going to say, I think it was 1 week ago.
I think it was exactly a week ago. I actually went up on the roof to get the picture that you'll probably see soon. And we didn't know, no one fell off. It was good. But this thing is awesome. I've always loved the Therapool D. The Therapool D used to be in the Twilight family. It was called, do you remember, Mary? The Twilight Fit. And then they had the Twilight Fit STS that had the television that rose out of it that was, just the coolest thing ever. But if you've ever seen, so I know on here lots of people have a Trainer 15 deep or a Trainer 19 deep or something with a D on the end of it. So they're really tall and the water's like 4'3". It's really awesome. But this is only 11 feet long and it's obviously 8 feet wide or just shy. And then it's 5 feet tall. So it looks so thick. It's so cool.
It really is.
I just love it. I love the seats. So people always come in and they want, and mind you that this is not for swimming. This is a Therapool. So the stairs coming down are absolutely awesome. That seat, Mary, I'm going to have you get out of that seat for just a second.
Well, I actually wanted to try out the other seats.
Okay. So that seat is epic. That is like the lounge in a Twilight with the neck and shoulder seat. It doesn't exist anywhere else in our line.
There's those calf jets.
Oh my God.
They're the big jets.
I know.
They're not
It's
little
awesome.
ones, and they're amazing.
And then look at,
and they're all interchangeable.
Oh, it's just awesome. And all these seats, they have jets and everything, but look at how many jets on this front bank of jets. It's absurd. So I will tell you that I still have never been in this. I didn't go in yet. Mary got to go in today. And I've never done a startup on this. So this is a brandy spanking new 22 Therapool D. This has our soft tread in it and it has Master Pure. So it's got a circ pump. So when we fired this up, I did the startup, and I had never started one of these up. We had a little bit of an airlock. Electrical was no problem. Actually, it's one of our questions today, but everybody always asks, can I fill it up before the electrician gets there? And I always say, no, don't fill it up till the electrician's done, just in case he has a problem, or she. So he was here, and he's a friend of mine. The electrician, Pat. He's amazing. He's a great guy, a good person, and a great electrician. He was here, and I said, Pat, is there any reason this isn't going to get turned on tonight? He said, nope. The GFCI was already done. All he had to do was the whip, and I started filling before the power was there. Okay, so I went against my own, but he was here, and he assured me, and we've done a bunch of these together. This is not his first swim spa, and he said, he said, no matter what, there will be 240 volts to this swim spa tonight, no matter what. unless there's something wrong with the swim spa, you're going. So that we wouldn't have known till it was filled anyway, so I went for it. All right. And we filled it up, 2 hoses, filled up really quick. And it went well, and it took me a little while to get the air out of it. This little swim spa has so many jets, so many, 3 pumps in here with the Master Pure and the Circ pump. And it's just, there's a lot going on in this little guy. So what we're going to talk about today, at first, we're just going to go over this, and we're going to turn the pumps on and play. I think I have a pretty good grip on what does what, but it even confused us for a few minutes. And hi, Susan. And it's just, I love this thing. And the seats, like, look at the seat. This swim spa,
There's lots of seats on the sides. So there's a jetted seat here.
It's so cool.
And they're legitimate seats. They actually have headrests.
Yep.
And each seat has a different, little bit different configuration of jets. So you're going to get a different massage. And then where I'm sitting here is a little bit higher than the next seat down, which has the 3 jets too. And then it's really nice because even on the bottom, which I can't reach, but they have
but you have soft tread. Look where your feet are. It's just totally awesome. I'll tell you what, this is, I think this is beautiful. I love this. I mean, obviously we love our products. This is a favorite. This is a favorite of mine for sure. So I'm thrilled. Just absolutely thrilled for them. They've already been in it. So it was funny, the text, I got the text from my mother, and she said, why didn't we buy one of these sooner? Because the first day it was done, it was at temperature, like this heats up faster than a 15-footer. I'll tell you that much. We got the first day, it was about freezing, and we got 23 degrees in 16 hours. That's faster, and it's outside. That's faster than a 15 deep or any size. And then it was at 98. We have it at 98 right now. I don't even know how quickly, but it was fast. So this is obviously the smallest one, same size heater. This thing rips. Chris, there's 5 seats. You've got the big therapy seat, and then you have 4 seats, not including the stairs.
Yeah, you can sit.
So, actually, no, there's no.
6.
No, there's 6.
And then you have the step down.
So but that seat in the middle, Chris, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right below 5 and 6, and the steps. So you could seat 7 people in here. But that's the row seat right there. I'm pointing at right now. So let's see. I got a hello, Susan. How are you? Penn, how are you? Oh, Penn is home sick with COVID. I'm sorry. I hope you're not feeling too badly. Couple of water is perfect. Would you expect any different? It's my mom. So, no, this is just awesome. But the text from my mother was awesome. Why didn't we do this sooner? And she has been, it's not like she hasn't been in one. It's just, it's a big step. This is not a hot tub.
Right.
There's a lot more to it. And, we understand that. And so do, our dealers and our, all of our staff and salespeople. This is a big deal. Swim Spa is a bigger installation than most hot tub installations, although we've got some lunatic customers who have done some crazy hot tub installations. And I actually want to point this out. Not every install goes perfectly, and that includes ours. And I'll show you what I messed up. And it was me. It was my job. I was the GC for this. So the contractor, I'll show you this right here. The contractor is a great friend of mine. So he built these beautiful stairs. This is not a kit. This is all custom built. He actually cut this wall in half, and then the stairs are just awesome. And he put this, I don't know what it's called, this system here for the railing. So you can see where I had to take it out. So we were gone. I was not here. And he said, hey, you know what? It's a little high. I want to put a railing on here because if your mom falls off, I have to jump off a cliff. So what happened was the cover lifter, as you can see, is directly over where the railing ended. So in a hurry, we had to disassemble. Now here's what I did and what I didn't do. What I did was take everything off and worry about the cover lifters first. We can adjust that afterwards. What I didn't do was freak out, call and text and email everyone on earth screaming about a problem. You deal with the problem. All right. So we took them off. We installed it. We'll get him here. He'll come back and we'll get it fixed. All right. So nobody's exempt from those kinds of issues and concerns. All right. Not even us. So, what should we start with, Mary? What do you want to start with?
Maybe what the pumps do. So I have no idea. Just, obviously from knowledge of our master spas, hot tubs, and our swim spa, I know that these small valves are going to be for air, and then you have the medium valve, which is going to turn your waterfalls on, and your big valves are going to move big pumps. But I don't really know what pumps do what, so I would love to kind of play with the pumps.
So why don't we learn and show everyone how to learn the easy way, okay?
So this is going to be for the Therapool Deep. So first thing we'll do is turn on Jets 1 and see what happens. So typically your Jets 1 is going to have a low speed and a low and a high speed.
Yep.
And in order to do that, you're going to press the button twice to get to high speed. So we hit it once and now twice. All right. So that seems.
Okay. So that's moving some water.
It really is. Yeah.
This, that's the same pump as the 15 trainer, and you're. All right, so that moves some water. So now, before we turned on the live.
Oh, okay. So pump 1 is for the 2 big top jets.
Yep.
In this system of jets in the front.
It's an insane.
And that is
a lot of
really
water.
Strong. And let's just see. So this is going to move that to the therapy seat.
You need to go try that seat.
Yeah.
Go get in that seat. Are all those jets turned on? Was that a no? She can't reach all the jets. Were they turned off or on?
The foot jets were on.
The calf jets were off? So what she's doing, everybody, what she's doing is twisting each jet. So if you turn your spa on, hot tub, this is all Master Spa's gear. All of our jets can be turned on and off. If you turn your jets on and there's a jet not working, but the rest of them around it are, it probably just needs to be turned on.
Wasn't on.
Ah. Okay.
So this small valve always for air.
Yep.
That's going to turn your air on and off. So you want.
Oh, you can hear it. Oh boy. Oh, look at that. There's a lot going on under there. Well, that can't be for the same seat.
That's going to be for that
Right.
seat.
Right. How's that feel? It looks pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna.
That is a full body massage.
That is a full body massage.
Yeah.
That seat's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you guys, and this is what I'm gonna tell my mom and Gary, is that most people are gonna leave the air on full blast and just deal with turning on the water features and diverting the water to where they want it based on what they're doing. So if you're in here exercising, you may want it up front. If you're in here getting massage, that seat is. Honestly, it's freaking stupid.
And because that is on Jet 1, you can also go, you can have it be low speed,
Yep.
which is going to be a little bit less powerful.
So don't sit in there. Let's turn this on so they can see this. So that's pump 1 on low, which is that entire head to toe. It's foot jets, calf jets, and then your whole entire back, and then out of water, neck, and shoulder. That down there is the circ pump. So the circ pump on the Therapool is not in the center like most of our tubs. It's actually over there, which I did not know until this came and showed up. So watch this. I'll turn it on. Look at all that water. Look at that. That's a massage right there. You can't even see through it. That's impressive. This thing is pretty badass. Okay. All right. What next? So now we know what pump 1 does. Pump 2, is that 2-speed or is that 1-speed?
I don't know.
What do you think? What's your guess?
I'm guessing it's 1.
Okay. I'm guessing you're right.
You think so?
Yeah. Okay, so now, is that air on that seat?
So
Not seat, bank. So make sure all the jets are on.
Yep. They're not on.
Okay, were a lot of them off?
Not a lot.
That looks like
Really strong.
the air is not on there. That's
No.
just water. So I'm going to guess it's that air valve right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. Look at that.
That's, I mean, with both of those pumps on there, that is really
It's a bunch of water.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of water.
I mean, so this is, it's not that it's not strong enough to swim against. This unit is just not big enough.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
it's not made to. It's not made to.
It's not
So
made for swimming. So, I mean, lots of really great exercises that you can do in here. Walking against the current and building up that resistance in here would be amazing.
So if that diverter valve right there did pump 1, this is going to be 2. Where's it go?
All of the side seats.
Okay, so now let's get all that air on and all those jets on. Here, turn that other one.
Yeah.
Go check those. And hit that air. There it goes. Now the air's on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
So now I'm going to tell them we didn't know how this worked. So we're figuring this out together. And now I'm going to tell them don't touch all the little knobs. Just leave them on full blast. We got them straightened out and all the jets are now turned on.
And then just like in all the hot tubs and sun spas, you can turn the waterfall
On or
and
off.
with the medium size.
Yep. Now I cheated and I looked ahead. The waterfall on this is on with pump 2, not 1. Okay, so you got your lights. Wow, really cool. Really, really cool. All right, so I'm going to turn that off just for the noise end of things. Let's see if we have... Susan Gray, we have one of these. Love it. Heck yeah, you must. It's awesome. Okay, Ann asks, how deep is it? Can you do water aerobics class in this? I'm sure you could. I don't know about the class part, but it is 4'3", so the water is pretty deep. So, Mary, why don't you stand in that center?
I mean, I think you could probably, depending on what exercises you were doing, you could probably have 2 people still exercising, especially if you were doing rowing.
Sure.
And something here.
Dean asks, are all the jets airless? No, this has air in all the jets.
Or no air.
Or no air, but you can turn it on or off.
With the small valves, you can turn air on and off.
Penn, I thought we weren't supposed to move the dials with jets on. You're right, you're not. But we can a little bit. So the rule of thumb for us is sometimes you just feel it, and if it doesn't go easily, I will turn the pumps right off and do it. The official rule is you're supposed to turn the pumps off to hit the diverter valves. The air, obviously, you can turn on or off with the pump on, but the diverter valves, you are supposed to turn them off. For us, and we're experienced in this, if I feel it and there's any pushback and it doesn't want to turn freely, I will turn it off. If it just turns, I'm not too worried about it, okay? But you are absolutely correct, all right? In this case, do what I say, not what I do. All right, I think we're caught up. Can this be installed with the sides below grade, such as a recessed and a basement floor? That is one of our questions today. Is that, are you?
Well, kind of. So yes, if we.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. So, do you want to show the row kit?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to let you kind of come to the edge here and fiddle with that. Okay.
All right.
So the plan today
row bar number 1
was to sort of feature the Therapool D, because we never got our hands on one before, and play with it and figure out the jets and the pumps and show you how we figure it out. People, they get these and they're lost, and my mom was lost and Gary was lost. They were like, we're just trying to figure out what the knobs do. Your first week is going to be figuring out knobs. Totally normal. If you happen to be, fortunate enough that we have put your swim spa on one of these videos and did that part of it, then you'll be able to watch that and you'll really shorten up that learning curve. We didn't know this one, so it was really fun to figure it out, but it's fun. So you're playing with the ultimate water toy. So make it fun and get in there and have a great time. You know, they're awesome. So let's see what Mary's doing here.
So just a lot of people have trouble with this, putting the row bars in. So this is the little clip that goes inside this hole on the side of your swim spa. And I just experienced this on the other side. You may have to play with the little
So I don't think these have ever been plugged in before.
They haven't. And I noticed that you need to kind of get it in and make sure that it locks.
There you go. So wiggle it around.
Yep.
So a lot of times, and I know Mary has talked about this before, a lot of times there might be a little piece of caulk inside there that'll block it from going. So you can, if there is something in there, it's just caulk, you can fish it out of there with a little screwdriver. Just gently scrape that caulk out of there if there is that, and then play with there when you plug it in, and you'll get it in there. And just make sure you give it a good wiggle and it's locked in place. Okay?
And then you'll need the two
short straps.
Short strap resistance bands, and one of them gets hooked up onto this clip. You just clip it in, and then on the end of your row bar, you have another D-ring that you attach the other clip. Same here, clip. And
clip and clip. And as we have taught you by an example of what not to do, do not leave the row bars in there because they will deteriorate, and then you will have to call Susan begging for new ones, and then she will give you a vigorous spanking next time she sees you. So no calling, no leaving it in there, and no calling for backups because you'll get in trouble like us.
so this is challenging.
Yep.
Because I will tell you, for me, I'm a little short.
Yep.
I need to not sit.
Okay, right.
I don't have a good spot to put my feet.
Okay.
That I can't.
So put 1 foot forward. You are tiny.
Yeah. So
put 1 foot forward. There you go. And then, so put one, you are just too short.
Yeah.
You need the SE. Now, Mary's too short to row in here, Ma. So as a point of interest, we had to do a photo shoot for the H2 exercise book, and we had to use the Trainer 12 because Mary wasn't tall enough to use the 15, and it was a terrible, terrible day for me. So it just was terrible. Worst one we ever did. The water was cold. It was terrible. They treat us terribly. Yes. All right.
Oh
so.
my gosh! Don't even say that. But there are lots of other exercises that you can do.
Not you though.
Right.
You need the SE. Mary needs the SE, not the deep.
I just don't have a good grip here. I need some traction.
Okay.
But there are other exercises that you could do push.
Yep. You can't.
Not really, but
You're just too short for this. Just that's all there is to it. Stop trying. You look silly. All right, let's dump this out. Now
other resistance bands.
Yep. That. So see, this is the tether. Now before we went.
I never noticed these.
Yeah.
Point these out. Cup holders.
Before we went live, we actually tried because I had never seen one of these wet. So Mary is 4'10", 4'9.5". So we actually put that tether around her, and she is, I don't know if you guys realize how small of a person she is. The tether was cranked all the way down to its smallest setting, which put the rings for the attachments all the way on the back. And then we hooked the short bands, let me show you, the short bands from the row bars up to it to see if she could swim in this. And it would just didn't work at all. It's not made for swimming. We tried because we wanted to try, and she's so tiny that it was worth a try, but nope. Trainer 12 to swim in, Therapool D, not for swimming.
Yeah.
Okay? We tried just for funsies. Not happening.
Not only that, but like the steps just come out.
Yeah, the steps are in the way, and the seats are in the way, and you'll kick them, right. You kick the steps. If Mary kicked the steps, everyone's going to kick the steps. Okay? So,
then you have two longer resistance bands.
Yep. So these are ankles, which, I don't really love those. So you got the handles on there, so you can wrap the resistance bars around there. This basically is an anchor. So it's got a clip on there, and you can anchor all sorts of things, and it just works really well. And you don't have to get crazy in there. The point wasn't to...
Yeah, like you could use the resistance band.
Should we have my mom come in?
Absolutely.
Mama! You want to come in? If the captain will let you.
Yeah. It's not a great day, guys.
It's not. It's really...
Really good. And it's been
really
like
good.
sprinkling a little bit. But in here it feels great.
Yep.
The shoes.
Ma, it was funny, the text. Why didn't we do this earlier?
I don't.
Because it's...
Yeah, I can't get in this way. I have to get in this way.
Get in any way you want.
Yeah.
So the handle, sit on the
We
edge.
should
Perfect.
Have her show the cover real quick. Have
Oh,
she opens the cover?
we'll do that after.
All right.
Yeah, we did
Okay.
that.
We'll do that after. Okay.
Oh my God, this is.
Yeah.
I left my wine over there. That was bad.
Are we allowed to have wine on a live?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Your wine stays out.
No, of course I have a bathing suit that fits.
So the camera's pointed at me, so you can like pick at your face or do whatever you're gonna do.
This is my favorite.
We don't ever put the camera on someone climbing into a swim spa, and that's so that we maintain dignity.
It is.
Okay?
For me.
Because I don't care who you are, what you look like, climbing over that rim, we're just not going to put that on camera ever, okay? My dog barks at Captain on the screen anytime you show him.
Aw, I love that.
That's Kayla. Awesome. Oh, that's great. Okay. So, okay. Ma, how you doing over there?
I'm doing fine, but I gotta get in different bathing suits.
Okay. Mom doesn't like a bathing suit. We'll get that fixed. And everybody, Gary. Hi, Gary. Gary's chasing the dog around. He's running around. So,
Try it.
what are we trying?
I was
Just
gonna
row
try
bar.
to do the row bar because I'm not
So-
that short.
Actually, let's not do that. I want to talk about this. So we can do that. We'll do a whole exercise in here. So what I'd like you to do, Mom, if you don't mind, is someone commented dignity is important. I agree. So we don't film anyone climbing over the rim of a swim spa. It's just a matter of respect and dignity. Carol, you're absolutely right. Okay, so let's talk about Gary, want to come up and sit on the edge? If Captain will let you? Captain, you going to be a good boy? Okay. So let's, Mom, can you sit on that step so I can get you both in there? Otherwise, Gary's going to fall in. Okay. So let's talk about now you've had a week, and I realize that we're just, at this point, focusing on what knobs do what. Excuse you, you beast. So let's talk about what your plans are. So you guys have always exercised upstairs and at a gym. Captain, sit down. Either get out of here, I'll get your zapper. So let's talk about what you're going to do in here. What are the plans? Because we're going to design a workout for you to focus on everything or anything that you tell us to. So this is not done, everyone. This is something that we're going to do. What do you want me to focus on when we write your workout program in here?
Well, I definitely want to work on our knees because Gary's got one bad knee and mine are both kind of bad. But we still, we did Tai Chi today. I went to Tai Chi class. He teaches 2 classes. So we've used our knees for those classes. But I've only been in this once. This is the second time. So
Leave him, Garrett. It's okay.
I realized that my left knee that's always swollen was much better the next day after one use.
Okay, so
And I was shocked.
now you didn't do any exercise. You just got in for therapy.
I just got in here for what, but I did use that's my seat.
That
Yeah.
seat is fully stupid.
I let Gary get in for maybe a minute, and then I said, okay, get out. And so,
Well, we have all the air turned on now. So this over here, this big bank of jets, and all the jets are turned on. Gary, stop it. You're on camera. All right. So all that stuff is turned on now. So you're going to have extra therapy over here, Gary, on the front. So you're not going to be left outside. We wouldn't do that to you.
That is intense.
It's a lot going on there.
and we did try to swim in here, and we
It's
couldn't.
not for swimming. Yeah.
I mean, you can obviously hold onto the bar and kick, which
Yep.
is fine. I mean, that's great too.
Yep. Oh, that for sure you can do.
Definitely will be doing that. So we will work out, but we do need it for therapy because I have a bad neck and knees, and
Okay.
although we lift weights upstairs, we're still going to do everything.
I mean, this is different, and this allows us to do some things and focus on some things that we can't do on dry land. And I'm not ever saying that we shouldn't do any, replace that completely. There's certain things I prefer dry and certain things I prefer, you know, in the swim spas. So we'll do that. So we're going to focus on knees. And if you, as you guys remember, I'm going to turn the camera on me now. As you guys remember, when we did that live, Mayor, that focused on the lower leg health, it was probably, no, definitely the most, the most interaction we've ever had on an exercise. When we do exercise-specific lives, we don't get the views that we do if we talk about a really sexy installation. So that one was special, and that tells us very clearly that we need to focus on knees and lower leg health, and that's what we'll focus on for you. Okay? So we'll do. I prefer arm exercises outside. I like the stability and the lower leg health. And I'm talking about, for me, I don't have currently any lower leg issues or joint issues. So I prefer the arm stuff out there, but I prefer the lower leg stuff in the water because it, in addition to it, you know, not having the impact, we're also getting that you have to stabilize. And if there's any moving water, it makes it even harder. So there are things in here that are far better to do in here, and you're going to get more out of it. So we'll focus on that. And then, of course, walking, running in place. So do you want me to do a workout that focuses on all lower body, but also a little bit of cardio?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to walk in place, you want to jog in place, as long as it's comfortable. And we'll focus on maybe intervals, lower leg health, and come up with a whole routine so that I guess our initial, and obviously these things are going to develop and change. Our initial desire is to write a workout that you like, try it 3 times a week, and then we'll check in with you in a month, and we want to see how it affected you outside of the swim spa. Okay, look at the dog, Ding Dong. Get over here, Ding Dong. So, and then we'll check in with you and check up and see what needs to be changed. You know, obviously we'll be chatting in between since you're my mom. And if you need something changed, we'll address it right then and there. But I wanna do a month focus on after doing that. Does that make sense? Okay. And then, of course, you can have a glass of wine and relax in here. So then let's talk about you. So let me give you guys, can you send us the workout too? Maybe hips too, maybe.
Yep.
We bought this to help with lower back, hip, and knee issues. Absolutely. Guys, there's no better way to say this than, and everyone knows the water is better and better, but why is it better? It gives us our margin for error back. When you're 25 years old, your bones are rubber, you bounce. So if we drop you from 5 feet, you bounce when you're 20 years old. Well, we don't bounce anymore. And all of our ligaments and tendons are getting more brittle by the day from when we're 25 years and older. And certainly everyone here, except for Captain, who's one, lifelong exercising. So if you exercise your entire life, you're only going to experience, demise. And we need to, try to slow that aging process and try to keep this really, really, really nice and keep everything solid. So maintain youth-like movement. I said that for years, maintain youth-like movement, and that's what we're trying to do. Okay, so we can definitely put the workout on there and somehow send it out, what we come up with. So we have done other lives with a workout routine that we've liked. This will be specific to my mother and this unit, which is pretty neat. So it's fun to get to do that for us. And then, I didn't mean to hit that. Captain, quit being a ding-dong. And then we'll be able to develop that and see how it helps and see what needs to be worked on. Okay, so Gary is, I'm still pointing to me, Gary, but I'll be back on you in a second. Lifelong martial artist. So if any of you guys know anything about martial arts, they destroy their hips, sometimes back, knees, but hips and knees from all the kicks and all the movement are usually destroyed when they've been doing it for 40 years. All right, so it's super harsh. In that way, it's great in other ways, but it will cause some joint, wear and tear after that much time. I don't think I know a martial artist who's been doing it that long as Gary has, and he's Gary 6th degree, 7th degree, 7th degree black belt. My God. Okay, and he's actually quite sweet. So Gary, have a seat. The dog is not going to let you. I should have brought his Zabber. Captain, knock it off. That's right. I'm looking at you. Okay. So is your focus in here, because Gary does Tai Chi, Gary exercises, Gary swims. What are you going to use this for now that you have it here in the yard?
Basically, I'm going to use it for, like you said, for my knees.
Yep.
I need to get them a little stronger.
Okay.
Lower back, the lumbar region sometimes tightens up. I'm going to use it for that. And I'm going to probably do some resistant Tai Chi movements.
Okay. Now that I want to see.
Yeah.
So let's trade. Let's trade info. All right. So then that's your homework. Come up with some Tai Chi movements in here that we can share with everybody, and you'll have 2,500 new best friends in a week.
Sure, we can do that.
All right. Very cool. All right. Then we'll work on that, and then we'll do the same knee health. That's the stuff, is strengthening that patellar tendon in ways that you can't do on dry land will help. Captain, you are being a
He is.
butthole. Just 1-year-old jerk. You're in trouble. Trouble. Get out of here. Go. Sit.
Yeah.
You're a knucklehead. There's too much going on.
Too much.
Can't you be a good boy? I know. All right. So we got a couple of questions. That was the goal for today. I wanted to show the Therapool, talk about plans, what we're going to do. Then we've got a couple of questions. Mary, you want to hold this?
Sure.
It's pointed back at me now.
Yep.
Well, you can turn it around if you want to read any questions. I didn't check for questions.
Oh, whoops.
Who is that
So
pointed at?
close. It's pointed at me right now. Yes to the knees.
Are you a
Oh,
knucklehead?
this is so close. I'm sorry, everyone.
Back up. Turn it on me.
Oh. Well, I'm just reading.
You can
We
turn
bought
it on
this
me
to
and
help
still-
Susan, yeah. So she bought it to help with her lower back, hip, and knee issues also. Lots of hip issues. All right. Okay, I think we got everything. All right, I'm flipping back to Ben.
Okay. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be too close.
Okay.
You want in on this? Okay. Pet me, Dad. Pet me. Okay. So we've got. This is from. It's getting dark out. It's really.
It
getting
is,
dark
yeah.
out. This is from Kristen in Maryland, I think, is that a D? MD or
Yeah.
MO? So it's Maryland. I'm going to say
Yep.
that's a D, and that's Maryland. What are the requirements for clearance and drainage in the vault/pit around the indoor H2XD spa that is installed partially in ground? Okay, so what you need to have on an indoor installation, you've got a couple different concerns than outside, or less concerns really. When you do a vault, what we're concerned about is rainwater filling that hole. So you want 3 feet of access around each side, 2.5 if you need to squeeze it, but the rule of thumb is 3 to get someone in there. Not all of our service techs are tiny. Okay, I know that is going to come back, and I'm going to hear about that. So, but it's worth it because that'll be fun. All right, so 3 feet around, and the drainage is less of a concern on an indoor installation because we're not so worried about rainwater. It's not the water in the spa that we're worried about; it's the rainwater. So if you're outside, you have the vault, you need good drainage. I like a gravity, fed drain rather than a pump system. I have seen a pump system fail one time. I have seen a gravity drain fail from a flash flood in Guam. We've referenced
Yes.
that scenario before. Colorado for the pump that didn't come on, and those got ruined. So it's drainage is the biggest concern. Service access is the biggest concern. So 3 feet all the way around, and then you want to do some drainage just in case you have an issue. You want to have a drain in there. It's less of a critical concern on an inside install than outside, but I would still advise have a gravity drain in there for sure. Okay. So did I answer that fully? I think I did.
Yeah, she just wanted an overview anyway.
Our Trainer 18 will be arriving, very exciting. Trainer 18 will be arriving soon and wants to know if the electrical should be hooked up before the water is filled or the opposite. Ted in Virginia. So my rule of thumb is this. I wouldn't fill it with water until the electrician was done or so close to done where he couldn't be stopped. The GFCI was already done on the wall and he's just running the whip. Then you start to fill it. You're not filling that. It's going to be hours to fill an 18-footer. Unless you have a pool truck coming, it's going to be hours. Here's the thing, and I know that there's going to be some knucklehead that's going to get on there. We filled ours up and the electrician came the next morning, that's fine. What if he got a flat tire on his way? Because we see that.
Yeah.
You saw one install where it worked, but we oversee thousands of them and we see the problems. Okay, the problems always rise to the top like cream. Wait until it's done and you're guaranteed to not have an issue. If you fill that tub and the electrician doesn't come, you are going to be putting some kind of a sump pump in there with no hose attached to try to circulate that water and hit it with a little bit of chlorine so that it works. That's the only thing that you can do. All right? If you close the covers, the sunlight's not going to mess with it. You might be okay, but what if it sits in there too long and you have to dump 2,300 gallons of water in an 18-footer? So my advice is to not do it. As impatient as we all are at that last minute, and I dealt with it last week personally, wait till the electrician is done or so close that he can't be stopped. If he's coming the next morning, don't start yet, okay? So wait till he's done and you know there's power there, then you're golden. All right. Last one, Peggy in Colorado. I have one of your regular spas and wants to exercise in it. Any suggestions? Not really. You're probably limited to stretching.
Yeah.
So the whole point of water therapy rehab is it reduces the impact of gravity. You don't have the ability to stand up and be underwater. So it's just not going to happen. Anything you do is going to be laying down in there, which isn't going to give you any kind of a benefit since you're not going to be working on your lower body. So you're probably limited to stretching. Now, stretching in a hot tub is epic. Did it for years and years and years. One of my favorite things to do. So I'm going to probably recommend stretching. If you stand up in there, you're going to be bringing weights in there, doing something that wasn't meant to do. You might tap in, knock it off. You might get hurt. You might damage the spa. Not worth it. It might be time for a little upgrade. Let me recommend a Therapool D. All right. I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Any
Yep.
questions?
No.
Guys, we'll be on there tonight. It's really getting dark out here.
Yep.
And we'll be on there tonight.
We will
Any
also
questions?
figure out a way to post the exercise program, even if we share it in the next couple of weeks.
So I want to see if we can figure out a way to put that somewhere where they can access it. So Susan,
Yeah, we'll talk to Susan or Kayla.
maybe Melanie could help a little
Yep.
bit between all of us. Let's see if we can figure out a way to post that exercise routine in a way that everyone could kind of grab, and then we can just kind of direct you to it. We have no issue with that. So.
Oh, it won't be tonight, Carol. It'll probably be within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, you got to give me a minute.
Yeah,
This is not written. This is fluid and fresh.
Yep.
All right.
Lisa Louder now wants a Therapool D.
Lisa,
It's pretty
you know
awesome,
what,
Lisa.
Lisa, this is funny because now Lisa, if you guys don't know, Lisa is our CEO's daughter, and this thing is awesome. We are all familiar with all this stuff. This thing is so badass. You need one of these. This thing is awesome. Okay?
Yep.
And we never got to play with one until today. This thing is just amazing.
So we know we're getting really close to holidays and stuff. So we are thinking we'll be back in 2 weeks, which is the 21st of December. We obviously will do a blurb the day before. If we are, we'll keep you all posted. And we'll be on tonight to see any questions that anyone else has in the meantime. We're going to pan just to Connie. Connie, say goodbye. Thank you so much for having us here. Enjoy your Therapool Deep.
Now we'll get your glass of wine right now.
Right now.
Good night, everybody.
Somebody get her wine, quick.